What's going on there, YouTube, and welcome back to another comic book video. Okay, so we're going to continue our coverage over X-Men comics as we work our way up to the Extension Agenda, the next crossover that we are going to talk about. But first, we gotta jump back over to some other books that lead into that actual crossover. And so we're gonna jump over to Wolverine comics and cover a 3-part story arc that takes place in Wolverine number 31, 32, and 33. This 3-part story arc, we see Wolverine going up against the Yakuza. Now, in Japanese, it's pronounced Yakuza. In English, it's pronounced Yakuza. But for the sake of this video, I'm going to say Yakuza. But either way, it's Logan going up against them. And the reason why? Because somebody is trying to push out a new kind of drug, and they try to cross Wolverine. Now, something I also want to mention is that when it comes to the story, it takes place mostly in Madripoor. Now, Madripoor is one of the many countries in Marvel Comics where Logan loves to be at. Now, when it comes to Madripoor, well, you are able to get away with a lot of crimes there because the police officers usually look the other way. They are easily bought out by the criminals. Now, for Logan, like I said, he loves the idea of being there because he has more freedom to do things in that country. Now, when it comes to Logan, he has technically take ownership over a bar called the Princess Bar. It did belong to another character known as O'Donnell, but we have not seen him for a while. And really, in later parts of this story arc, he does mention the fact that he's now technically owner of half the Princess Bar. The other half still belongs to O'Donnell, but he's no longer around. Apparently, he just left. Now, for Logan, we do pick up with him at the Princess Bar having a drink with a character known as Archie. Now, when it comes to Archie, he's actually a pilot for one of the 2 crime lords in Madripoor, and her name is Tiger. And really, Tiger is close friends with Logan for, well, a lot of different reasons. But either way, though, when it comes to Archie and Logan, they're just having a drink at the Princess Bar, minding their business until they are confronted by some members of the Yakuza, sorry. Now, when it comes to the Yakuza, they are here to kill off Logan, but we're not exactly told why. Now, for Logan, we already know that this man is not scared of the challenge at all. He says, hey, Archie, go ahead and leave. It's time for me to have a conversation with these guys right now. Now, for Archie, his main goal is to, get out of there, get away from danger, but at the same time, come back with a weapon to actually help out Logan. Except when he gets outside of the actual bar, well, he is confronted by 2 more members of the Yakuza. Now, these 2 members are going to be somewhat important for the story arc. One of them known as Rico, the young female, and the other one known as Goro. Now, when it comes to Rico, she actually does reappear in later books on the road for Marvel Comics. Now, when you have Archie being confronted by them, well, you have Rico tell Goro, let him go, because they're not there for Archie. They're there for Logan. Now, we don't know why just yet, but we're going to learn very soon. But getting back into the bar, you have the Yakuza truly believe that they are able to take on Logan. Now, something else I should mention is that when it came to X-Men comics around this time, most of the world truly believed that the X-Men had died back in Fall of the Mutants. You see, you had the X-Men give up their lives to some a character known as the Adversary. But when they did that, well, it was done on live television. And so to the entire world, the X-Men had died that day, but in reality, they were brought back to life thanks to Lady Roma. But you had the X-Men say, let's stick to the shadows as a way to attack our enemies from the shadows. Let the world believe we are dead and gives us more ability to move easily in the shadows. And so for Logan, when he arrived into Madripoor, he took up a different name, better known as Patch. And so for the Yakuza, they're calling him Patch, not really Logan. But either way, they still believe that they are able to take him down. But unfortunately, well, Patch, aka Logan, is not somebody you can take down so easily. But now we have to jump over to the Prince Palace, which belongs to Prince Baron. Now, when it comes to Prince Baron, he is the ruler of Majapur. Now, he does know that his country is full of crime, but most of the time he looks the other way. Why? Because he can make a profit off those crimes being committed in his country. Now, when it comes to Prince Baron, though, he has two crime lords to watch over crime in his country, General Koi and Tiger, who again is a close friend to Wolverine. Now, when it comes to Koi and Tiger, they basically run things differently from one another. You see, when it comes to Koi, he loves the idea of pushing drugs and slaves into the country. But for Tiger, she loves the idea of pushing weapons into the country. Now we see all three characters right now having a meeting with the leader of the Yakuza clan that's currently in Majapur going after Logan. And their name is Daikumo. Now when it comes to Daikumo, they're being led by a guy named Daikumo. But the reason why you have all these different characters right now having a meeting is because when it comes to the Yakuza, they're trying to create a new kind of serum that could most likely be the cure for cancer. And the thing is, they need a certain kind of fluid that's only found from the brains of a certain kind of monkey that's only in Majapur. And so they're here to ask the prince, hey, can we get approval to come to your country, kill off some monkeys to collect their brain fluids, to use the fluids to create our serum? Now, here's the thing. Those monkeys are in danger. But on top of that, some of the villagers in Majapur, they look at those monkeys as special kind of beings. And the reason why, because those monkeys are usually mentioned in a ton of folklore in Majapur. But for the prince, he does not care because why? He can make a lot of money from this deal. And so he does approve the idea to allow the Yakuza to come into his country to kill off an endangered species to collect some kind of fluid from the brain and then use that fluid to create a serum for cancer. Now, once they're able to get the serum, they're going to sell it, but only to the rich people because those rich folks are going to pay a lot of money for that kind of medicine. Now, getting back over to Logan, you have Logan just going ham on all these different guys who are trying to bring him down. Now, we still don't know truly why the Yakuza are going after him for just yet, but we do see Wolverine kind of going into his berserker rage. Now, it's not completely his berserker rage, but just to the point where every single member of the Yakuza who were in the Princess Bar has been officially killed off, but they were told to bring his head back over to their boss. But we do learn why they're going after Wolverine for, because they know that when it comes to Logan, most likely this man is going to intervene on their plans. Because here's the thing, when it comes to Prince Baron and also Daikumo, the leader of the clan, they know that Patch is always involved in some kind of plan that Prince Baron and Koi has going on. And so because of that, they know that sooner or later, he is going to ruin their operation. So why not go ahead and try to kill him off? But on top of that, the people of Majapur would be very upset about the fact that their country is being used for some kind of operation to create some kind of serum to kill off creatures that's part of their folklore. And so if those people get upset, Logan would try to do what's right for the people, and he would get involved in basically stopping this whole entire operation. And the prince and Daikumo will lose a lot of money. And so that is why they have to get rid of him. Get him out of the way. Now, when it comes to Tiger, she tries her best to warn them both, like going after Patch is most likely a bad idea. He's not a man you can take down so easily. Matter of fact, if you try to take him down, he'll just come back even stronger and then take you guys down the road. Now, getting back over to Logan, when he does leave the Princess Bar, he is confronted by 3 more members of the Yakuza. Now, these 3 members of the Yakuza, they are a tad bit different from the ones earlier. And this is how, because they are taking a pill better known as Thunderbolt. Now, once you have taken the pill, you're going to gain super strength, but you're also going to lose the ability to feel pain. And so, for example, when you have Logan stab one of them, well, they're able to continue on because they cannot feel the fact that they were just stabbed by Wolverine. Now, with their super strength and also the ability to no longer feel pain, they truly believe that they now have the ability to kill off Logan. Matter of fact, cut his head off. But because his bones are covered in adamantium, he is somewhat protected from their blades. And so you have Logan being able to take down both guys very easily. Not easily, like they do give him an actual challenge, but once he's able to take them down, he's then found by Tiger and also Archie. Now, when it comes to Logan, he wants to know what in the heck is going on here. Why were those guys after him? What's happening right now in Madripoor? And so now it's up to Tiger to inform Logan what exactly is going on. But as we dive into the next chapter, we see the clan going ahead with the idea of collecting monkeys to use for their experiment. Now, when it comes to the clan collecting these monkeys, we actually see some villagers from nearby villages showing us that they're very concerned about what these men are doing to the monkeys. Now, they're not telling the men like, oh, don't worry, we're just here to help out the monkeys. No, they're not saying a word at all. They told these guys, hey, show us where we can find these monkeys. And once they find them, bam, they knock out the monkeys, collect them, and begin to use them for their experiment. And you have these villagers very worried about the monkeys, wondering why the clan is doing what they're doing right now to these small creatures. Now, when it comes to Dead Kumo, he does get word about what happened when it came to Logan, because earlier he had sent Goro, one of his best assassins, to take care of Wolverine. But now he's getting word that Goro was unable to kill off Wolverine. Now, for Kumo, it's more of, I gave you that job. And when I give you a job, I expect you to go ahead and accomplish the actual job. Now for Goro, he does say, listen, I thought my men could handle it for me, but they failed. But because they failed, that means he also failed. And when you fail, you have to give up a finger in the actual clan. And so you have Kumo say, you better fix your mistake right now and kill off Wolverine. Kill off this guy named Patch. Now, when it comes to Goro, he's also with a young girl named Rico, and we saw her earlier in this video. Now, when it comes to Rico, we do learn that the only reason why she is here because Goro had paid for her father's debt, which means that he technically owns her. Now, yes, they got married, but it's more of like, hey, I'm marrying you as a way for your dad to pay me back for what I did for him. And so, unfortunately, she has to work alongside with the man. But every single day, she's hoping that somebody just kills him off. But either way, they begin to head towards Logan. Now, when it comes to Tiger and Archie, they tell Logan to stay here in her penthouse so that he is able to recover. But as soon as they leave, you then have Tiger tell her men, your goal is to watch the elevator. Make sure that nobody is allowed to go up to the top floor, my penthouse. But also, I have a lot of faith in you guys because I know that you guys are my best warriors. So I'm hoping you are able to accomplish the job in protecting my friend upstairs. Yeah, they completely fail because as soon as she leaves with Archie, that is when you then have Goro and also Rico appear. And at first they're kind of being somewhat friendly, but that friendliness goes away very quickly because then you have our two assassins being able to take out the guys and head up to the penthouse to find Logan. Now, these guys are actually able to take down Wolverine, but really because he hasn't completely healed up yet from the earlier battle. And so when you have Goro being able to stab Wolverine, it's really because of pure luck that he hasn't healed up completely. And so Wolverine passes out. Now for Goro, he believes that he had killed off Wolverine, and he takes a photo to hand that photo over to his boss to prove that he was able to kill off Logan. Now, when it comes to Logan, we already know that this man is not dead, that most likely he will get right back up and be able to bring down the whole entire clan. But before he does that, we see him kind of traveling towards the light. He's at this near-death situation where it seems that he's going to die, but then he's confronted by Jean Grey. Now, for me personally, it feels like this is Jean Grey's spirit, who was on the verge of death back in the Phoenix Saga. But of course, as we know, she never did die. She actually survived thanks to the Phoenix. And so because she had experienced a near-death situation, it's her spirit telling Wolverine, it's not your time yet. And matter of fact, you need to go back to the land of the living. Now for Logan, he does see a huge amount of energy just pouring out of his chest. And he realized it's this whole moment right now, this whole experience telling him you need to pull the sword out of your chest that Goro left in you. And so once he wakes up, he pulls it out and he's able to properly heal up. And now we jump over to Dekumo. Now, when it comes to Dekumo, he does inform us that the clan is not really here to create some kind of serum that's going to be used to be the cure for cancer, but only sell it to the rich people. Instead, what they're here for is to create a new kind of drug, a drug that we actually saw earlier, a drug known as Thunderbolt. Now, it is very well known that if you take the pill over a certain period of time, like, one pill per day for like 2 weeks straight, you're going to end up dead. But here's the thing. When it comes to Dekumo, he knows that the people are still going to try to buy it because you now have the ability for a brief moment to have powers. He knows that people out there are going to risk their lives to have that opportunity to just have powers for a day or two. And so for him, they have created a new drug that should hit the market hard and make them a lot of money. Now for Kumo, he does get word from Goro that, hey, you know what? Mission accomplished. We had killed off Wolverine and now we are able to leave to head back to our main country, Japan. And so they begin to leave. But now you have Logan arrive at the warehouse they were using in Madripoor. Now, when it comes to Logan, when he does arrive at the warehouse, the clan had already left back towards Japan. But for Logan, when he does arrive at the warehouse, he finds all the dead monkeys. The monkeys that were used in that experiment. And for Logan, he is very upset about the idea that these monkeys were used for something like that, because he knows that when it comes to the monkeys in Madripoor, they are heavily tied to the folklore of the land. And matter of fact, you do have a villager appear, and he also expressed how angry he is in the fact that all these monkeys were killed off for some kind of experiment. And so for Logan, it's now time to make the clan pay for what they have done. But getting into the final chapter for today's video, we actually do pick up with Wolverine, Tiger, and also Archie. Now, when it comes to our characters, their main goal is to sneak Wolverine into Japan, and how they do it is having him pretend to be a dead body. So when he arrives and you have customs open up the coffin, they see a dead body. He looks the part. He looks like he is actually dead. Now when it comes to customs, I'm kind of wondering what to do with this dead body. But then you have Dekumo appear, the leader of the clan. Now, once he sees Wolverine, he loves the idea of seeing the dead body of Logan, because now he truly does have confirmation that Logan is dead, that his clan was the people to be able to bring down this great warrior who was actually a rival for his clan. And so now he is going to do the most honorable thing and bury the body in his own personal plot. And so he tells guys, go ahead, grab the body, and let's head home. But before he leaves, he tells Tiger and Archie, you better leave Japan right now, or I'm gonna tell these guys right here in customs to go ahead and arrest you. And so they leave. Now, after a few hours had passed by, we do pick up with Rico. Now remember, Rico was the lady we saw earlier who is currently being forced to work in the clan because her husband bought out her dad's debt. And her husband is Goro, the guy who stabbed Wolverine in the chest earlier with the sword. But she's very upset about the idea that Logan was not able to bring down the clan, not able to kill off Goro, so that she would finally be free, because she hates the man a lot. But she knows that she cannot kill him herself. But luckily for her, Wolverine wakes up after being drugged to look the part like he is actually dead. And so once he does wake up, he is able to just pop out of the ground. And now she knows that Logan came here to finish the job, to kill off the leader of the clan. But now we have to jump over to Kumo. Now, when it comes to Kumo, his main goal now is to show off what he was able to create. This new kind of drug, the Thunderbolt, to potential buyers. Now, when it comes to the buyers, they are very excited about the idea of seeing what this drug can actually do. And so for his example, he uses a wolf. Now, the wolf has to go up against 3 tigers. Now you'll believe, okay, these tigers should be able to take the wolf out very easily. It doesn't happen, because with the wolf going into this berserker mode, it was able to take out all 3 tigers just like that. And for the buyers, this is great. He has buyers who want to buy the drugs, but unfortunately, he has a visitor. And that would be Wolverine. Now, when it comes to Logan, this man is a one-man army. This man came here to accomplish something. This man came here to shut down the entire clan. And so he begins to fight against them. Now, when it comes to Logan, he is able to take all of them on so easily. Now, when it comes to Goro, let's not forget, Goro believed that he had killed off Logan earlier. In matter of fact, when he saw the dead body with Tiger and Archie, he was proud of the fact that he had killed off Logan. But now he knows that Logan never did die, that Logan has survived, and now he's back to take them down. Now you have Goro try one more time to take down Logan, but unfortunately this time Logan is properly healed up. He is able to go toe-to-toe with Goro and take him down, and then moves on for Kumo. Now when it comes to Kumo, by the time you have Logan arrive there to take him out, somebody had already killed him, and that would be, well, Rico, because there is an umbrella that's stabbed to his chest, and that umbrella belongs to her. But for Logan, he does not care, because he was able to say that the clan is no longer around. But this is where we are going to end today's comic book video. So please leave me a like down below and subscribe. Also, if you have any suggestions on books I should read, well, please let me know in the comments below, because you never know, your suggestion could be a future video down the road. But guys, see y'all next time. Later.